All rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the regular city council meeting order at 7 p.m. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Jost?
Here.
Alderman Anderson?
Here.
Alderman Greiner? Here. Alderman Newhouse?
Here.
Alderman Babb?
Here.
Alderman Newman?
Here. Also present, Clerk Steele, Treasurer Warrant, Street Superintendent Smith, Fire Chief Hermaninsky, Deputy Clerk Minson, Deputy Treasurer Reynolds, Inspector Dearborn, Attorney Herman, and Police Chief Merritt. Reports of city officials. We have been recognized as a Tree City for 2023. Also, Labor Day, having a celebration on this Friday, the 26th at 1 p.m. Up here at the city grounds. Yep. But I don't want to. Okay. I've been trying to put this off, but the clerk just told me I can't put it off anymore. Maria, you come up here, please.
Oh.
I know, it's terrible. Come around here.
Are you going around there?
Yeah.
I'll come up here.
Oh, I put that in the wrong spot thing. I'll show what that was.
Excuse me.
What do I want me to stand?
Maria.
People aren't used to that though. They
So,
sound scary when I smile.
Well, yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, this is hard. I've worked alongside Maria off and on in different roles for over 10 years. And when she came to me and said she really needed to resign, I told her I wouldn't accept it, but she didn't accept that. So here we are. So Maria, in grateful appreciation of being office manager, deputy clerk for the past 13 years, present you this plaque.
I'm sure there's gonna be times that I lose it. And there'll be times when I'm taking my naps that I'm not gonna.
So. Go ahead.
Well, I have my chair on
That's all right.
discombobulated.
That's all right.
Speech.
I'm waiting on you. So, congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you very much.
You'll be missed.
Very much so.
Yes.
Thank you for making it possible.
Just remember, I still have your phone number. And I know
Now you should turn it up.
Yeah, turn it off during your nap time.
Yeah. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for everything that you've done. Okay, clerk.
I have nothing.
Okay. Mr. Treasurer.
Treasurer report's still behind due to software issues. They should be rectified before too long.
Mr. Attorney?
I have no report, thank you.
Mr. Inspector?
Yes, I do have an update on the property across the Beacon Company. I was down there talking to Isaiah, who's the general manager down there. The plan to build a new office building has been scrapped. have asked for present. What they have done, they've converted part of the warehouse into an office building, and they have put in a restroom already.
Okay.
They also have put in a sewer line from their building that connects to our sewer down there, and it comes into the corner of the building, but there it stops. So they still have some work to do in there to get their restroom hooked up to that sewer line, because one's in one corner of the building, and where the sewer line comes in is in the opposite corner of the building, so they've got that to do. Right now, they've got their own water tank down there that they're using for water. So, and they don't know what's going on with how they're gonna get water or from where at this point. So we're not sure about that. But that's the only update I have.
Okay, thank you. Any communications? Any citizens wishing to address the council?
Good evening. My name is Michael Ernst, and I live at 207 Decatur Road. I wanted to thank Maria for dedicating 13 years to the city of Marquette Heights. Maria has assisted me with many FOIA requests and has always been very helpful. Maria has done so much for the city in her time here, and it is very clear how much she cares about both the city and the community. Maria has kept the wheels on the bus, and her shoes will be very big ones to fill. So thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
On another note, I wanted to bring to the attention the entire council the blatant disregard of ethics from Mayor Hamm. At the December 11th council meeting, there was a discussion on selling a portion of Independence Park. On Thursday, December 14th, after I dropped off toys that were donated to the fire department and Men's Club Toy Drive, Mayor Hamm pulled me aside to have a conversation directly in front of the fire department. Mayor Hamm started off the conversation addressing some concerns that were brought up during the council meeting on the 11th. I was one of the citizens whose questions that he refused to answer. Mayor Hamm then told me that if the land were to be sold to the Men's Club, the city would have first right to buy the land back if the Men's Club disbanded or wanted to sell the land. He then told me that he had nothing to do with the offering of sale of the land and that it was the sole idea of Alderman Babb, who presented the idea to the council. I asked why he did not provide these answers in the meeting. Mayor Hamm then responded that these details were discussed in an executive session and he could not bring it up in an open meeting. Mayor Hamm then explained to me that the Men's Club wanted to buy the land so they had more control over the setup and teardown of Spook Hollow. He explained that this would give the Men's Club more flexibility over their current lease agreement. Mayor Hamm then asked me if I had any interest in being on the city council, to which I responded that I had every intention of being on the next ballot for election. Mayor Hamm then told me that he could appoint me to the treasurer position now if I was interested. He made mention multiple times that I would be included in executive session meetings and that I would have access to executive session information. I told him that I would like to have some time to think about that offer and review the duties of that position before making a decision. What else has Mayor Hamm shared from executive session meetings? Has Mayor Hamm taken information from these meetings and shared it with members of the Men's Club that he is currently the sitting president of? Mayor Hamm has made attempts to place himself as the chair of the Parks and Buildings who would directly be involved with the Men's Club lease. I ask that the entire council and citizens take a moment to think about the blatant disregard for ethics that Mayor Hamm has displayed. I know he will never admit this, but almost everyone sitting in this room was present at a meeting that I just spoke on some details about. I wasn't there. So Mayor Hamm, I ask that you strongly consider a voluntary resignation from your position as mayor of the city of Marquette Heights.
Okay, anything else?
That's all.
Any other citizens wishing to address? Yes, ma'am. Or
Hi, I'm
whichever
Jenny.
ma'am. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go.
You can go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm Jessica Basil. I live at 101 Frontenac here in town. I addressed you guys about a month ago about my school parking lot idea. There are a lot more people here, so I will show you guys this. If you live in town, you know we don't have a parking lot for the parents and anyone dropping off. You guys had noted that it was not your property. So I talked to the school. Miss Dietrich is 100% on board with this. We did tweak it a little bit. Instead of the entrance or the exit going out towards Dollar General, it would essentially come right back down to like a U turn kind of in that field to keep the traffic away from the front of the school where the kids are entering, and then also Dollar General, because they do not have to let us use their lot. They do, and if you've drove through it recently, you see that it's falling apart. I've had to have an alignment on my car because one of the potholes that they thankfully filled in ate like my entire tire. So yeah, I paid out of pocket for that. So, and I know I talked to Susan this morning. There is a landlord that does not know that the entire school parents use the parking lot. So I guess I'm here again to kind of maybe ask for some help with funding. We do Spook Hollow, which, I mean, I've lived up here for years. I see so many people come into this town for Spook Hollow. We are very well known for that. So not only could this parking lot be used for Spook Hollow, we have townwide garage sales that could be used instead of Dollar General. We have the 4th of July. I'm sure there's the Grandparents' Day, which is coming up, which Susan noted that it's going to be very chaotic in Dollar General's parking lot. So I didn't know if there was a way that the city could help fund a parking lot for the school. I've talked to her. She's going to talk to the superintendent and the board, which we will also meet with coming up in May. But because this could do so much good to the city, I didn't know if there was a way where maybe we could try to find some money for it.
Is there a way that we could get a copy of your drawing?
You could literally have this one. I planned on drawing a new one to make it, you know, 'cause I work third shift, so I've been sleeping all day. So I had meant to make another one where there was an exit coming out this way, because essentially I feel like if we could take all of that traffic away from the front, like the very front of the school, not the side where you come into town, it would help. I mean, we have parents walking across this Dollar General parking lot with kids, not walking through the crosswalk, just blatantly walking in the parking lot, and it's very frustrating and again very confusing for a lot of us parents. So I don't know if what we could do to.
Just so you're aware, the school is their own taxing body. They levy for their own taxes just as well as we do.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, and I'll speak for everybody here, we do everything we can with the taxes we levy for to maintain our properties that we have to do. I don't see that the city, and this is me speaking, but I don't see the city's going to have any fiscally availability to help another taxing body. We've already sent notice to other taxing bodies that we were providing service for that we're no longer going to provide service for. So whether the school chooses to reach out to other nonprofits to ask for their financial support, that's their behalf, not ours. But we do everything we can to our citizens, to our obligations of what they pay taxes to us for. Helping another not a taxing body within this community, I don't see where we can fiscally help with that.
So can I ask a question real quick without anybody taking offense? Is Spook Hollow supposed to fund our town? Is the money from that supposed to go directly into Marquette Heights?
I would reach out to that organization and find out how they do their allocations on donations.
Because I've heard through the grapevine that
Then I would suggest
is.
you reach out to that organization so you can talk to them directly and you don't get rumors.
Okay, so am I getting a full, that the city will not help with a parking lot?
Like Alderman Newman said, as far as our taxing body goes, with that being on school property, it'd be very difficult. Has the school looked at grants?
That she's working on that. I was told to work on the city and ask for help. So we are kind of trying to work together for the greater good of the community and the children of this town. Because if you think I'm lying, please drive up through here at 8 to 8 in the morning.
No.
Yeah, it is. If it's one thing that I'm gonna live in Marquette Heights probably forever. I have 8 years left to pay on my house. I don't plan on moving because I really like this neighborhood. And if I will be extremely disappointed if I don't see a parking lot. I feel like there's things that I've heard in other council meetings be addressed money for, like just throwing it out there, a digital sign that was $16,000. The children of this community, I cannot stress enough, mean way more than stuff like that. And if what I was hearing was correct, Spook Hollow brings in a lot of money, a lot of money. And Dollar General could literally at any point tell us, you cannot use this parking lot anymore.
Right.
And then what would we do?
If you want to talk to those three gentlemen back there after the meeting, they're a part of Spook Hollow.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Any other citizens wishing to address the council? Go ahead, Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny Jackson, just coming tonight on behalf of the Marquette Heights Public Library. I think it's important to show up to council meetings, not just in times of duress, but as a representation, as an extension of the government. We're having our budget chats, we're including that information, here to answer any questions. You know, the main lines in our budget are covering salaries to keep the doors open and keep the library running for our patrons in the community, and you know, covering the cost of materials and programs to bring people in, and of course automation to stay connected with our library systems. And just to remind the city that we appreciate the opportunities to have these collaborative events, Christmas tree lighting, Arbor Day, helping out with the educational portion of the prairie grass burning, and helping the fire department when the kids come up to their field trip, and all those fun things. And to remind you guys that, you know, if we have facts, figures, and information, we do our best to try to work with you to get grants. Such things in the past, we've done HVAC upgrades, help with accessibility grants, and the remodel and the restrooms and the demolition in small ways. So just keep us in mind if you think that there's ways or you want to come talk to us. We're just across the hall. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. We have email, website, Facebook, and we're here to work with people in the community to try to find out ways to work together.
Thank you. Any other citizens wishing to address the council?
Good evening. Christopher Carroll, President of the Marquette Heights Rec Association. I just want to follow up on just a couple of things. We are just over 2 weeks away from opening day. Just a couple things that still needs to be done up on the fields. The fence line hasn't been done. The most important thing is the handicap ramp. The handicap ramp has still not been fixed, where there's 3 or 4 boards that they really bow when you walk on them. I know myself and Alderman Newman had talked about this last year. That was something that we could maybe get addressed this year. Just those, you guys see Diamond One's coming along. We're almost there. We're gonna hope it'll be ready opening day, if not right afterwards. I've given both chiefs the schedules for opening day and our full schedule for the whole year, with the incoming traffic and all that kind of stuff coming into town. In my last thing I wanted to touch bases with, I know I was here for the February meeting, and we had talked about the vendors for for the 4th of July event. When I left here, I thought we were under understanding that myself and Mayor Hamm was going up Friday night to block off spaces, so you know the vendor trucks could come in there, on the intentions that they would not open until 4:30. I'll let it go. I thought that's how it was going to be. I get a message. I was staying in contact with Nate Holland. I got a message from him that after the men's club's last monthly meeting, the discussion was if the food trucks are there at 12 o'clock, if the health department is there at, let's say, 12:30, I'm just throwing out times, they're going to allow the vendors to open then. That's not right, guys. I mean, this is the only day the rec association makes money. One day. We're talking maybe $1,000 at the most. But we asked for that time not to have them open their food truck vendors until at least 4:30. I did speak with a council member, I'm not gonna bring up their names, about maybe working out a deal with the men's club moving forward to next year, where we don't have tournaments on that day and have them the week before. I did think about it. No, I can't do that because it's not fair to us again. Where do we make money? I mean, these guys in 6 days, makes like $400,000 or $500,000. In 3 months, we make $2,000. I mean, they talk about a community thing. Then why are we inviting food trucks from all over the area to come to take money from us?
That's a discussion you need to have with the men's club.
But it's a discussion though that the 6 of you guys can say, hey, no, you guys, they should not be able to open till 4:30. I mean, those are our fields. I mean, if I wanted to be, I'd be like, I'll just have the baseball games on all 5 fields. And I did, after talking to that council member, I did eliminate 1 game or 1 full tournament that weekend. So we only have 3 instead of 4 to keep people out of there. Every Oxwood, actually Alderman Babb and Alderman Newman was at our board meetings. They are also, they know every team that's coming into town with us and Oxwood has been notified. 4:45, your cars has got to be gone. If you stay after 4:45, you take the risk of getting a ticket or towed. That's the best I could do. I'll put up signs too that cars need to be off of there by 5 o'clock. That's safety. Safety issues, and we don't want cars peeling out of here when people are walking in there. So I guess we'll go back to the whole 4:30 thing. Let's say if you got 4 food trucks that are there, which they get there early, they set up, they're inspected at 12:30, 1 o'clock. Why should they be allowed to open? Can maybe somebody answer me that question? I mean, when you're taking away money from us, our only money that we make for the whole year, big money. I mean, I'm gonna say big money, that's big money to us, $1,000 in 1 day. That's big money to us.
The city doesn't regulate when the food trucks would open.
Right, but I'm speaking to you now as the president of the men's club.
Not in a council meeting.
All right. Well, maybe your 3 gentlemen back here, I know they're on the men's club. Maybe they can go back and be like, why don't we do something for the rec association? Because I can tell you this, I don't know of all the organizations, the rec association got no donation this year at all from the men's club. Not 1 donation. You guys gave a $300 sponsorship fee, which everybody else does, which in return, you get the banner.
That has not been.
No, I'm just.
Let's stay with city business.
All right, so we got no donation. So I'm asking, how do we solve this issue moving forward on fireworks day? Because the agreement I thought we had that I was going to go up Friday with you. We'd mark off 4, 5, 6 spots. I would do that. I'm not doing that now. I'm taking every spot in the whole area as much as I can for parking. It's only fair to us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other citizens wishing to address the council? Okay, reports of standing committees, water and sewer.
I do have something, and we're gonna have to get a relief valve for well 6. It's not regulating the pressure and it's popping off. It's $2,025 with delivery, and that is from Core and Maine.
That's on well 6.
On well 6. Once we've gotten everything replaced, then this isn't holding pressure like it should. So,
What was the amount again?
it's $1,875 plus $150 delivery, so $2,025 total.
Is that the same well we use? Okay.
And now it's not working because everything else is working how it should. The well was relieving pressure on its own without needing that. Other than that, I communicated to the gentleman again out on Zion Oaks Road. He was pressure testing and they were moving along with construction, so they're good to go with water service that was done a month and a half ago. Anything else?
No, not at this time.
I don't think anything else. So
Okay.
that's all I've got.
Law enforcement.
Chief?
No, but the only thing I got is, I ordered a new handheld, radar gun the other day, $879. They'll give us $75 for the old one, just it won't even turn on now. We purchased it 6 years ago, so time for an update, much smaller, lightweight, so.
Chief, do those come with a warranty at all?
Well,
Is it probably
basically
5
the
years?
1 year type
Oh,
warranty for things, but that one had been in and been looked at already. I don't recall what it was, but it was about 3 years ago it went in and got looked at. But
Was it charging?
they're
or
calibrated.
something, wasn't it?
The cable that was with it originally, the end got pulled out of it, so it went to just strictly batteries. So we had rechargeable batteries that we'd use it through it. So I thought it was batteries one day because it did come on, went off, changed the batteries out, wouldn't come back on. So it's time for an upgrade. Got that and ordered new patches the other day just to replace what we've already went through. So, and that was a total of $498. Other than that, Devin Rutledge first day at the academy today. So we'll be back in 16 weeks.
All right. When you're done, he's
Good.
done.
I'm done. It's all you.
You're done?
It's your day.
This is going back to Chris Carroll. I just have a question. You made comment about the fence line.
Pardon me?
You made comment about the fence line spraying?
Yeah, just on, I know for sure Diamond 4, the fence line on the outside, the weeds are still there. My tractor won't be able to, I can't get my tractor in here with the
It
big.
was not sprayed when they did the fields?
No, and I was out here with, her name was Nikki with, is it True Green?
Golf Green?
Golf Green, I'm sorry, Golf Green, and she was out on their golf cart spraying, and I did tell her what areas needed to be sprayed, but I didn't stay with her the whole time. I went to mow.
So what diamond was it?
Diamond 4, the back one. Yeah, that one, it still has the weeds on the fence line, and just our hydraulic rake, I can't get the hydraulic rake in there to even scoop those up.
Okay, I just.
But the rest of the fences, okay?
I'm sorry?
The rest of the fence is okay?
Yeah,
On the other
that's stuff we
diamond
take
is
care
what
with the
I'm
leaves and
talking
all, but Diamond 4 was, just the back diamond.
Okay,
yeah.
you had said something and I didn't catch.
I know when they had came out, I know the fields were still kind of soft, so, but I mean, I saw them, they were spraying the fields.
Okay.
Throughout, I was up here for a good 2 hours mowing, and they were out here pretty much the whole time.
Okay, I just want to see which one. Okay, thank you.
You gonna call them tomorrow?
Yep.
Thank you. Anything else for law enforcement? No. Fire.
Chris? Had our hose testing done today. The prairie grass burn was washed out. So we'll be rescheduling that. Was it next week?
Hopefully, yeah, because of the day that I wanted to do it, it's supposed to rain again.
Of course. If you want it to rain, schedule something.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll get done soon. Also, just so the council's aware, two weeks ago, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, we had a structure fire, 300 grant. We did have one firefighter injury that required a trip to the hospital. He's okay, back home that night, so everybody's aware.
Appreciate it. Anything else? Streets.
Chipping started today. George and Tim waited a day in the council chambers and nobody showed up for the open bid. On the issue at Joliet and Kaskaskia, the engineer suggested pouring water in that hole to determine if maybe there's a hole in the pipe. So more to come on that. There's also an issue on Hennepin where the curb is raising. Tim's looking into what's causing that, so more to come on that as well. Georgian also told Tim about a process they're using in Canton that seems to be working out. It consists of taking out 7 foot of street, grinding 2 inches down, and replacing the blacktop. That's all I've got.
Okay.
Got anything, Tim?
No.
Yeah, did they look at 101, Lloyd? My project?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear any. What was the outcome of that?
Just what we were planning on doing. He said that was the best way to do it.
Which way is the best way to do it?
Put some riffraff in there and put dirt in there and then build it up and then
Okay.
put more pipe on it.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Anything else from streets?
No.
Parks and buildings. Tim, you got anything?
Nope.
Okay. Planning.
Let's see. Revenue and expense report. You should have gotten that in the email. I deciphered it and gave everybody a sheet. The revenue and expenses for last year come out pretty well. Our revenues, we were short 34,000. Our expenses were within $13,000 of budget. So, not bad. Actually, pretty good. So, that's as of today.
Is this, Ron, is this just the compilation of the email that TJ sent earlier today? Okay.
Yep. you know, you got revenues and you got each department. It didn't have its total, I totaled it up.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep. Second one I want to table to the committee.
Okay. Nothing on old business, consent agenda. Any items wishing to be removed from the consent agenda? Not, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda in its entirety. Second. Questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Babb?
Aye.
Alderman Newman?
Aye.
Alderman Amundson?
Aye.
Alderman Joe?
Aye.
Alderman Griner? Aye. Alderman Newhouse?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Moving on to new business. Salaries budget.
Yeah, we haven't agreed on salaries for budget yet. We haven't come up with a percentage. It's not in the budget. So, I was told that today, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So we need to come up with a figure. If you want to. What's the council's, thoughts on that?
Thoughts?
Is this part of the restructuring we talked about last week?
No,
Yes.
this is general.
You were just talking about general raises?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You usually do about 3 to 4% raise. What's that?
We have to do that on a resolution, don't we?
Well, there are two questions. One, when are you going to budget or appropriate for expenditure in the upcoming year? And then a separate action, and I imagine that's the resolution you're talking about, will actually be setting the individual salaries within a range that hopefully you've already set aside that money for. So what are we talking about right now? A budget?
Yes.
Okay, then to that question, it's how much do you want to make available to potentially raise other people's salaries by? This will not actually raise anyone's salary or wage at this time. You're just setting it aside to spend potentially in the future.
Okay. Okay. Anybody have any thoughts?
I guess we'll go with the usual 3%, that we.
I think we should have a longer and more decisive conversation at committee.
Okay, well, that's next year.
It's gotta be passed at the end of the month.
Well, a budget needs to be passed in the first quarter of the fiscal year.
Right.
Exactly.
So you've got a little time if that's what we're talking about. I would also share that around the state, we're seeing increases, at least amongst collective bargaining units, of around 3.5%. CPI is trailing between 3.5% to 3.9% right now. So I think you do well to at least set aside as much or more than CPI average. You don't have to award it, but at least it's set aside to give you that option. So I'm not against any further conversation, especially because you guys have time, but I'd throw those 2 cents in.
So would you say, and Mr. Treasurer, would you say then like a 4% would be a safe set aside amount then? Because if we're trending up
It
towards
at
3.9,
least
that
allows
would
you
cover.
some space between CPI and whatever you do if you choose to be motivated by CPI.
But we still have till the end of the first quarter, so.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
We can discuss this at committee.
Correct.
Actually have a spreadsheet to look at and not just throw a
You
percentage
just have to do
number
it
out.
before the last meeting in June, right? You start May 1?
Yes.
So yeah.
So we have time.
Yep.
Okay, so I say we discuss more at the committee. With numbers to look at. Okay?
Yep.
Item number 2. I'd entertain a motion to approve the Gulf Green proposal for the spraying of 14 miles of right-of-way for the amount of $2,000 for each spraying.
Second?
Questions?
How many of these are we gonna do a year? Cause this would be streets,
I think the
so,
bid, it was in the bid, wasn't it?
well, Are we anticipating 4 sprays? No, it was just a round number, I don't believe.
Yeah, it was just the 14
It just was a total.
miles, yeah.
But I think it was anticipating 4 sprays, by the conversation that you brought up.
But if not needed, we're not committing to any specific amount. We're only agreeing to the service cost.
Right.
So if we can only need 3, we can
So if
just,
we have a
we only
dry
pay for
season.
3. If we have a dry season and we only need 3, we can just
Correct.
schedule 3. Okay.
Yep, that's why.
And this is on our schedule, not their schedule, correct?
Okay. Any other questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Amundson.
Aye.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Alderman Jost. Aye. Alderman Greiner.
I'm sorry, I did still have a question.
Oh.
I'm sorry. So, do we remember what budget line we built that into on the streets for fiscal year 25? Does anybody recall? I'm looking at it here, but
Streets?
for streets, I've only got 5,000 sitting here for streets maintenance, so with that understanding, we would only be able to handle 2 based off of our current projected budgeting. So if that is something we need to consider up to 4, if we're gonna consider up to 4, then we need to adjust our budget accordingly. I would just like to make that note.
Okay.
Cause line 6150 currently is sitting at $5,000 for next year, and if we do 4 rounds, that would be $8,000. And so I don't wanna go ahead and put our streets in the red before we've even started the fiscal year.
This could be MSP funded also.
Okay,
And, what's the other one we got?
Wheel tax.
Wheel tax.
okay, alright, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we were,
She's looking at the wrong line. 5160 is the line. You should have got the $26,000 line.
my 5160 says $5,000 on the one that you just sent today.
Right.
Yeah, he's saying 61.
Yeah, 6150?
Yep.
5160.
Oh, sorry, my
5160.
apologies. Okay, then we're good.
6150 is for
There's a lot of money there, so we're good there.
We're good?
Yeah,
Yes.
I just wanted to make
Service
sure
agreements.
whichever one it was coming out of.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure we were covered for next year.
Sure. Clerk, continue the roll.
Sorry.
Alderman Greiner.
Aye.
Alderman Newhouse.
Aye.
Alderman Bab.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. Any citizens wishing to address the council? Any other business pertaining to the city?
We need a short exec, regarding personnel.
Okay.
Oh, action to call.
No.
15 minutes?
10-15 minutes. And setting the sale price of real estate.
How long for that one?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Exactly?
2.5.
2.5.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. Need a second?
Oh, I'll second. Sorry.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Alderman Newhouse.
Aye.
Alderman Bab.
Aye.
Alderman Jost. Aye. Alderman Amundson.
Aye.
Alderman Greiner.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. 7:38.